Hey, welcome to Podcast from the Pit. I'm Casey.
Yeah.
With me, as always, is Eric, Hillbilly Harbor. Joining us to get is the Outer Multiverse.
Hey guys,
Brian and Beta Ray Bob. What's
Yeah.
up, guys? I'm a little thrown off because StreamYard says nobody's watching, but I see the chat, and I know there's people here.
it always
Well,
takes you. It always
always-
takes a little bit for it to kick in to show the viewers.
Yeah. Always trust the chat.
That's right.
There we go. Finally, it'll populate during the opening for me.
Hmm.
So it's all right though. As long as people's in the chat, we have some people to talk to.
It never populates for me.
All right. So
Well, and there's always the replay squad.
yes. Let's say
Never
hi.
backbone.
Joe Hunter 73 on his way
What
to
up, bud?
DFW or DFW. Yep.
Yeah. Fun. Lucky dudes.
Yep.
Have fun, man.
It's still, I mean, Texas is so big. I think he's still got a couple hour drive to get there. That's just crazy.
That one's
Well, that-
actually fairly close to me.
yeah.
Being in Arkansas, it's a lot closer than Joe Fest, but you know,
yeah.
anyway, it's still about a 7-hour drive there. But you know,
Oh, jeez.
Hello
Yeah,
there.
I went to ZoloCon and it was like 9-hour drive. Joe Fest is like a
Oof.
9-hour drive.
yeah, it's for me too. Yeah,
But Motu Fest is an hour and a half. So
Oh, there you go.
where is that at?
Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
It'll be like 3.5, 4 hours for me if I get to go to Motu Fest.
Cool.
Ian,
Hey, Ian, what's up?
Ford Station.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Morning.
Todrick. Good morning.
Hey.
Morning.
all right.
I believe Todd's coming on the pit next week.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
that'll be a good show to watch.
Yep. All right,
Ronnie.
Trick Shot. Good morning. And yes, you're always missed when you're not here.
Mm-hmm.
There he is, Mr. Joe.
Hey,
Fest himself.
Joe.
Yay.
Joe Rick.
Almost time for Joe Fest.
Yes. I feel like he's the ambassador to Joe Fest.
He is on his way to a
Yeah.
show in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Right.
doing a show before the show. That's how it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what show it is?
I can't remember. It's in Allentown, Pennsylvania is the only thing I know.
G.I. Joe Features. Good morning.
Hey, features.
Ahoy, Wreck Ship.
Wreck ship.
What is it?
And Bob says, yes, Delta 17 Joe Fest exclusive reveal today. Ken's channel, Toy Connections, at 9 a.m.
Nice, nice.
Is that 9 a.m. Eastern or?
Yes, I'm sorry, 9 a.m.
Okay.
Talking Joe.
Hey.
Morning, big man.
It was fun. I was watching at work, so I couldn't. I always like to chat a little bit more in the chat, but they frown on that. I don't know why.
Huh? They want you to actually work at work?
Yeah, it's towards the end of my day. I was already checked out.
Yeah.
So Ricondo says, hit that like button. Awesome.
Yep.
Let's see. Jokers.
Hey.
Hey, jokers.
Morning.
And Ronnie says, get hello to that t-shirt. That's right. Always represent for my friends.
Oh, he doesn't mean my cat's up. Oh.
And Joe is going to Bucks County Toy Show.
All right.
Man, we don't have very many toy shows in this state that's like really worth a flip.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Same here.
I'm
Maybe
weird.
one a year, maybe that's really worth going to.
I can't think of any in my state that I go to, but fortunately, Ohio's not that far from me, and they have the Great Ohio Toy Show twice a year.
Oh, very good.
Kentucky's real close to me, so I've got the Kentuckiana and Winterfest. So there's always in Cincinnati, so plenty.
The one that's actually worth going to, it's about an hour away from where I live. And funny enough, Chicken Fried Toys comes there. Like it's been there for like the past 2 years, so it's like that's I guess it does well for him to go there because I mean it's like it's kind of a random. It's like it's in Arkansas. It's like there's nothing really here, but he comes a couple of times a year, or he's been there a couple times, and so I got to chat with him a couple of years ago when he came, and so it's cool to go and actually see somebody that has like action figures that they make and produce at a show here.
Those are great figures. I've got a bunch of the Dime Novel Legends. Love them. 80s Joe's, good morning. Maximum War, good morning. Me and him and Joe 173 is having a Star Trek theme show coming up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it at Joe Fest. Line everything up. So
And decide who the best Jedi is.
I can mute and I can boot. Remember that. Hey, good morning.
What's up?
I love seeing all these people here.
Hey,
Pug's
Zartan.
Pizzeria. Good morning.
Morning.
A lot of
It's like how we used to get our Saturday morning started with cereal and cartoons.
Saturday morning cartoons. That's us.
So the Swamp Zartan, he's a new guy on Instagram. I've been following him, and he follows me. Poor devil. And
Followers.
He's a good dude.
Not like wrestling.
Wrestling.
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling. I'll
Which,
fight you.
by the way, I have hit the rabbit hole.
No.
I know nobody's seen it coming.
No. I've seen that coming since Chicken Fried Toys.
Paul Morales. Morning.
Hey, Paul.
So where are you guys out of? I know Bob's in Alabama and I'm in Arkansas.
Indiana.
Okay.
West Virginia.
Okay.
Nobody's heard of West Virginia.
I know it.
That's just a suburb of Virginia.
No, son, don't get me started on that. Oh,
I'm not getting in on that.
them fighting words.
A little
I'd
sling
think-
blade.
Mhm.
All right. Unfortunately, Casey has to work right after the show.
What?
So, yes. And I
So
did
no
good to
dilly-dally.
negotiate still being able to do my show. So I feel
Okay.
like I had a victory, but still lost a war, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But
We'll
I
sort
want to
it.
get into Outer Multiverse, and I mumble, so I really meant Outer Multiverse. I got to
Yeah, I
say
know
slow.
it's kind of a mouthful. I know it's.
It's a great title.
Yeah.
But
Thank you.
I get to talking fast, and it just mumbles everything out. People
Mm.
can't understand me, and I get that. Indiana and everything.
Well, I basically when I created this Instagram account, I was trying to figure out what a good name would be, and I was like, I don't even really know what I'm going to be doing. I just know it's action figures because I was like, I've never really had like a toy account or anything, or whatever, a hobby account, and I'm like, I don't, I collect, several lines, and I want to take pictures of them, and I really had no idea what I was doing. So I just made up this name to where I could potentially add anything, to what I wanted to do, and it would work because that was the name, so.
No, it's smart. I kind of pigeonholed myself with Podcast from the Pit, But when I started this with Matt, I mean, we were G.I. Joe. That's it, G.I. Joe.
Right.
But since then, we've branched off into G.I. Joe's still our first love of toys. But I'm kind of like, going down on squirrel, and I'll go this way. I'll go this way. It's whatever's going to make me happy at the time, which
Right.
I will show off right now and show and tell. I'll go first today.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so I showed this off on Wes's show the other night. Got the American Nightmare, Dusty Rhodes. Look at that belt. It's awesome.
Nice.
I sent there's a belt like that for like adults on Amazon. I sent to my wife, said Father's Day gift. Let's see if she gets it. But I had to get his dad. His dad was one of my favorite wrestlers as a kid.
Dusty.
So he's even got the big birthmark on the side here. So excited. Hopefully I'll get to open that this weekend. But I may have to work tomorrow too. So we shall see. All right. Bob, anything to show off?
Yeah, got a couple little things. After last week's show, of course, just in time to miss it. These guys arrived.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So good.
Yeah.
They look so good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm loving this line that I'm loving all the Reaction Plus. Well, most of the Reaction Plus, but especially the Micronauts that Super 7's been putting out. Not just because I was like a fan as a kid, but just because they're I think they've really improved the line, bringing some of the stuff that was like super huge more into scale and
it looks
adding
really good.
articulation. Yeah.
Like I said, I hope they do not have those at Joe Fest. Because
I hope they do.
in my head it'll be like, well, you'll save shipping.
Well, you will save shipping, but then again, you'd also save on shipping if you just order everything they've got available on the website and just get it all in one shipment.
Then I can hit first time buyer and get the free shipping.
There you go. What are you thinking there?
I've been a first time buyer 5 times from Super 7.
Oh.
They ain't watching us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, probably not.
Hillbilly, you got anything you want to show off?
Yeah, I got a little something.
All right.
So at the school I work at, they have a after school program for the kids. And one day a week they work with Legos. So the guy that does the Legos, he actually collects Legos. And he brought me a venomized Wolverine.
Oh, nice.
Put your hand up behind it. That's a little better. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he's got another head. Well, this is one head. And then you can turn it around. And he's got the Logan face.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I dig it. I was surprised. He's like, you can only get this whenever you buy a set. And he handed it to me. I was like, holy cow. So,
Hey, good morning to Outback Osborne.
hey.
Nice.
What's up?
I showed it to my wife. She's like, I thought it was Batman at first.
Hey, for any of these first-time viewers, if you want to sub, we hit 500 subs the other day.
Congrats.
Well, hold on. Woke up the next day, we're back down to 495. So,
Well, you hit it, so that's the main thing.
yeah.
I think YouTube was like, oh no, we can't have this.
We're still. I'm still struggling along. I think in the 430s right now. So,
You guys will get there. You guys got a great show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
thank you.
You'll slingshot past us here.
You got something
Right
you want to show
tomorrow.
off, Brian?
I do actually. I got these in maybe a week and a half ago, but I haven't really shown them off. But Devil's Bargain Toys. I don't know if you guys heard. They have made they have these action figures called the Sentinels. I'm sorry, the Shields of Liberty. My bad. And so I've got a couple figures that they released so far for their, I guess, first wave of figures, and they currently sold out, but they're in the works of making some more. But this is the Shield of Liberty line that Ed Hellman has pretty much been working on for the past couple of years. They released Bullet Man and Black Jet for the few previous Joe Fest back, and so this is like the next wave of figures of that world.
And they'll be at Joe Fest, right?
Yes, they should be. Yes.
I think I seen somebody posted pictures of those two figures, and they look really good.
Yeah.
They are they are pretty cool, and the Black Jet and Bullet Man were exclusive to Joe Fest, and now they're up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. So if you ever miss those guys, you've got a chance to get them. You know,
Nice.
Are they the ones with the magnets in the feet?
yeah, some of them are. Yes, yeah. I think the Black Jet and the Bullet Man definitely are. And these guys,
Yes,
yeah, these guys are
I'm
too.
looking right
Yeah.
at their feet. He's right here. Got him here on the table. And,
I'll have
yeah.
to get Bullet Man and Black Jet.
Yeah, they're pretty
Now,
cool.
it's
I have to say.
The new Bullet Man, I believe, is supposed to have magnets. The original one from Joe Fest does not.
Oh, does it not? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't ever really have any metal in this room to like put action figures hanging from, so it's like it's a cool feature, but it'll probably be lost on me unless I just happen to walk to the refrigerator just to see if I can, do that.
Yeah, I'm supposed to stay away from any kind of magnets with my pacemaker.
Oh,
I imagine
yeah.
little one's probably not bad though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's-
Oh, yeah. These are like teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Like, I've got one
You
here.
could
Like,
display on the refrigerator.
yeah, they're like that big.
Yeah, you just
Give
get
you-
paranoid when they tell you to stay away from stuff.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Like there's places at work I can't go to, like the big switch gears and everything. I work in a warehouse. I avoid them like the plague.
Mm. Yeah.
Right. Caught up with the chat. Although I do want to go back and say good morning to Pete Moline.
Morning.
It's good to see you. And so, walk us through what the Outer Multiverse does, your channel.
All right. Well, so on Instagram, as I was saying earlier, I created that name and I was just wanting to take pictures of action figures. And at the time, this was 2021. I was pretty much just kind of getting back into action figures. I've pretty much been in the comics most of my life, and when I turned, I had like, the regular ones, the regular, figures that everybody had when they were growing up. Mostly I had Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and Transformers, and those were like the big three, right? And so I had sprinkled in, Masters of the Universe and a few other lines. But anyway, so I, kind of rolled out of those, I guess, towards my junior high years and found comics. And then I was pretty hardcore comic collector for about 15 years after that. And occasionally I would buy like whatever I'd see, like a new, when Star Wars re-released their figures again, I would get into those. And occasionally buying Transformers here or there, the G.I. Joe, I bought, like, I had like all of the, I guess, was it the 30th anniversary figures or something like, or the 25th anniversary figures?
Yeah, they did 25th and
Yeah.
50th.
So
No,
I kind of got back into those during that time. And anyway, so I got out of it. And then The Mandalorian came out on the TV show, and that sort of like gave me a shot in the arm for Star Wars, and so I was buying, 4-inch figures and 6-inch figures from all different lines, Marvel Legends, Black Series, I even, when Classified came out, I started getting some of those. But somewhere along about a year after I, created the account, I saw a bunch of people that were like, making dioramas and building them and doing world building, in, like mostly in 1/18 scale, and so to me that kind of was cool. And it was something that I really had never seen. And so I kind of wanted to try my hand at that. And so I built, at first, I didn't really know what I was, doing. And I just was trying just to make a single shot of a scene or something like that, And in the early days, it was just, super smoke and mirrors. It's like you just use what you have until you sort of figure it out. And then I, sort of made some stuff, and then I got some stuff from a bunch of people. And now it's I have it taken down right now. It's usually behind me, but I've been trying to organize. But just taking like shots of action figures in dioramas for like scenes and stuff like that. It's mostly like a sci-fi world. I like Star Wars. And I'll put anything in it if I like the figures or something like that. I'm kind of big into Acid Rain figures.
Those are nice.
They are expensive. I mean,
yeah,
it's.
I wish I would have got in on them whenever they first came out.
I was looking at some stuff at like some of my first orders from Big Bad Toy Store, and there was like $35 a figure, which that seems like a lot, but compared to how much they are now, it's like it's crazy. But
I would like to got Buck's team put together.
Yes, yeah. It was just kind of that was kind of one of the things that kind of really made me get into action figures a little bit more was Acid Rain just had this incredible world where it was like nothing else that was out at the time. I mean, you have Star Wars and you have Joy Toy, stuff like that, but it was just this world that Kit created, and I really kind of dug it. And so that kind of like I almost sort of like went hand in hand with the Mandalorian, because it was like, at the time, in Star Wars when that was going on, you had stormtroopers and stuff like that, but it was not like, like when we watched Star Wars originally, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, anyway, I just kind of like merged a little bit of that stuff together and just, just a fun hobby,
Yeah, no, I love all the pictures you put out there. I always think of, Star Wars when I see the desert kind of like streets with the houses and all that.
Thanks. Yeah. It's like, I know people can go, they can get pretty extreme with, building their dioramas and stuff. And there's a lot of good guys out there that they have whole rooms and stuff like that. And, you don't have to have a whole room. You just have to have a shelf, you know what I'm saying? A little spot or a table. And, you can pretty much do, a little small shot. And, that's what I used to do all the time before I expanded out and stuff. I had, I have like 4 shelves that I have sort of stuff spread out. And, but when I first started, I only had like one little area, and I would just change up the scene just ever so slightly just to get different shots and stuff. And so, you can go as big as you want to, or you can, you can be as small as you want to do it, but the desert sort of theme is kind of like, that's my take on Star Wars, from like Mos Eisley. So I just kind of wanted to kind of have something that kind of, sort of resembled that,
Yeah, I always, when I picture Star Wars, it's always a planet like that, or it's Coruscant. Let's see all those buildings and everything. That would be amazing.
Yes.
That'd be scary for me.
Evil Dookie, good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Yeah, I always love those. I do love that you don't pigeonhole just one kind of toy in there. You will add different stuff. And to me, that's actual world building.
Yeah.
Encompass all your stuff. I mean, it's however you think about it in head.
I was like, for me, it's like it's fine to go if you got one love and you just go with that. It's like it's like totally fine. There's so many cool toy lines and stuff that are out there, and I just have a lot of interest, in a lot of different ones. Of course, I mean,
get it.
It's like most everybody, here, So, but it's like if I see a cool toy, it's like I definitely will put it in, in a shot or something like that, just because, it's you do what you love, you know what I'm saying? And so I've gravitated sort of away from like G.I. Joe, but it's like since Super 7 has been coming back out and Bob has been like buying like every one of those figures, I sort of been like, there's been a few that I'm like, I really would like to get this one, like I love the comic versions of the Super 7 figures like
They're
that.
Bad.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's a great figure.
Yeah, that one. And I was like, I've almost bought that, and I've almost bought the Flag. I've almost bought Splash, because I love those colors, because man, that just screams comic book pages, man. And so I haven't bought any yet, but it's like those are the ones that I would definitely get before, you know, and
He
just
does, Larry.
Oh, if I could, I would, but the budget only goes so far.
And it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, yeah.
We've been told that our whole lives.
Mhm.
Larry, Bob said he's getting me that entire wave of set of Super 7 at Joe Fest and the mothership. So,
Yeah,
somebody said the
Although
other
Bob
night
sometimes lies.
that they really feel like with the success Super 7's having with their Joe figures, that the mothership could come back up for however, to try to have it done again.
Mm.
Who knows? It
that
could
would
happen.
be cool.
I almost, though, as cool as it was, I almost kind of hope it doesn't, just because it's so big. It's another one of those like a lot of those HasLab ships. It's like, where do I even put it? You know?
In the box. That's where
Yeah.
mines are.
Yeah.
That's
And
future
that-
Casey's problem. I will find a
Mm.
home for him somewhere.
Yeah, exactly, Ronnie. It's like we only collect a couple different figures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whenever I started collecting, I was mainly a Batman collector, and then I was at a comic show and I seen some vintage GI Joes. I was like, "Ooh, what do we got here?"
Mm.
And I picked up a Flint for it was a complete vintage Flint for I think it was around $14. And I was like, man, this is a little expensive, but I'll get it. And then they had the version 3 Snake Eyes. I was like, I never had this. And I don't know how many I got at that show. And then it was just slowly. And then the 25th anniversary figures came out. And I was like, oh, this new modern build's awesome. Until you try to put something in their hands and
or part swap them.
Yeah. So then now I'm back into the O-rings and I'm loving the O-rings. And
Speaking of O-rings, don't forget 9 a.m. Toy Connections will have their Delta 17 exclusives premiere video coming up. So
Man, it's been a huge resurgence of O-ring like in the past 2 or 3 years. It's been, to me, it's just been wild because it's like, for the longest time, it's like everybody left O-ring to go modern, and then it's like O-ring has came back. And it's like you can find O-ring stuff on the shelf again. So it's like,
Yeah, I got Banana Tiger Snake Eyes right off the shelf at the Target. And answer Jez's question, I didn't get the Super 7 Big Lob, so I can't tell you if that's a good figure or not. But I mean, the only problem I've ever had from any of the Super 7 O-ring figures that I've gotten is the Wolfman, his upper arm wasn't glued together. And it still held. It wasn't like loose or anything. It's just the little bit of glue that they used to put those two pieces together wasn't there. That's the extent of the problems I've had.
Man.
Which, not bad, especially considering all the griping some people have done about Super 7 over the years.
I'm guilty of that. Some of their figures just feel so cheap. That's just all I'm saying. And they're not cheap to buy.
That's right.
But they give us the figures Hasbro will not.
That's true.
Yeah.
You got to give them love for that.
Oh, yeah, man. They made a Fatal Flurry. Fatal Fluffy.
I'm going to open mine someday.
It's a fun little figure, especially if you like to add a little sci-fi theme to your Joeverse.
Yeah, and for the 375s or the O-ring thing, it's like, for me, it's like I grew up, I had Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and Transformers, and I loved all three of those lines for different reasons. But for me, the G.I. Joe line was hands down the best line to play with. You know what I'm saying? They had the best vehicles. Once you got the swivel arm, it was like a game changer. And so it was, to me, it was like I probably played thousands of hours with my GI Joe stuff, man. I mean, it was.
Oh yeah, me
It
too.
was awesome. Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably longer than I should have too. I was playing with them well into my teens.
Oh yeah.
Hello, White Mike.
Hello.
Yeah.
What's up?
The only
So-
issue I've had with a Super 7 figure was the
Mm-hmm.
Python I got last week. Her left arm can almost go both ways at the elbow.
Huh.
But other than that, it's a good figure.
Yeah. I have to check one. She's out of reach right now, but
Now, with the resurgence of O-Ring, can you imagine how crazy it could be if the not the pre-orders, but the Kickstarters we paid for over 4 years ago would come out?
yeah.
It would be insane.
Yep.
That way they could keep
Supposedly-
going, make more. It
Mhm.
would be an O-Ring world.
Yeah. Supposedly this year, more Operation Recall and more,
Thanks.
or not more, but I think Legends of the Hidden Force is supposed
Thank you
to.
very much.
They hit me up
Mhm.
for my address. Make sure it was the same. So, and they are here in the
Mhm.
United States now. So hopefully soon.
Yeah.
But I really want to see Cosine Longbow. Those are
Yeah.
the figures I really want.
Yeah.
And I can't be mad because it is a Kickstarter.
Mhm.
I know it's going to take time. And every time I see, I think Troy, I think that's his name, at conventions,
Yeah.
he doesn't get upset when he gives me updates on what's going on. And I think they're very upfront with what's going on.
Yeah. Oh
So,
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you can't hate on that. At the same time, as collectors, you really want the stuff. And
Mhm.
sometimes you lose interest in things. I'm not saying I've lost interest in them because I'm excited for them. But I don't, like, you go back 4 years, I buy different stuff now than I did 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So you got to strike when you can.
Yeah, I always feel sorry for Troy when I see him at conventions because I mean he's got to be taking just so much crap, people, all day long, every day. It's like, man.
But he takes it in stride.
yeah,
and-
he takes it like a champ.
He'll
like,
answer any question. Just talk to him like a human being. I know some people
Yeah.
will be upset, but you only get your answers when you ask the questions.
oh yeah, like when I talked to him last year at Joe Fest, I asked him, so what's the new ETA? He's like, I've quit, just quit coming up with ETAs at this point. And I'm like, fair enough, it is what it is. It's like getting mad at him or
No.
anybody's not going to get you your figures any faster. So
No, and we all know the
Well,
risks when we do those.
yeah.
So, yes, Jezza, I've seen. They're
Oh,
probably
yeah,
AI, but yeah, I will get one for sure.
Yeah, I'll try to get one if I can find it.
Actually
Ronnie,
get
I
one
don't
as
know.
Well, I don't usually get classified, but since it's a creature, I
Right,
have my like O-ring fatal fluffy, and then like in my
his big brother.
the classified one in my Eagle Force universe, and have a huge
Yeah, that's
monster there.
that's the cool thing about like 6-inch scale is you can have those as like a big monster for the 4-inch line. So it's like I don't mind sometimes crowbarring those in too, just because the scale. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Ronnie, I don't know what kind of CD-ROM you was talking about, but our internet here is on the fritz. I'm on my phone today.
The squirrels aren't on the wheel to keep it going.
Chipmunks have went on strike, and the squirrels are MIA, and it's a mess.
I've been having a few people follow me since we've been in the stream, and I appreciate it. And I'll be following you back as soon as we get done with here. So thanks. It's like Instagram is a big old place, and it's like I thought I followed a lot of people, but it's just I'm always finding new people every day to follow because it's so huge.
Well, it's like whenever you first followed me on Instagram, I was like, holy cow, this guy's on fire. I'm like, why is he following me? I'm a nobody. I mean, I ain't doing nothing.
Oh, whatever. It's like, so you guys were both at Joe Fest last year.
Yeah.
right? So that was my first year to go. So I don't know if you remember, I met you guys last year at Joe Fest. We might have said hello just passing by or something, but
Yeah.
anyway, it was pretty cool. That's my first time I've ever been, and so I don't know. I'm not going to go this year, but maybe next year I get to go back. But it's like for a quote Joe Fest. I mean, they sure have a lot of different stuff there. And so it can be super expensive. Just walking through the door.
It can. It really can.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy because it's like not only do they have, they have, probably I guess the world's probably largest GI Joe probably toy section. It's like all of the new toy companies that have figures and stuff, are usually there, and it's like a lot of them are 6-inch lines and stuff like that, and it's like, man, that's dangerous. It's like, because like there's some cool figures that some of these lines make, and so and they're not cheap, but it's like, man, it's crazy. It's like, especially for somebody that just like, I love just a cool action figure and stuff, right? I mean, who doesn't, right? But it's like, for me, I'm kind of like, my brain is always like thinking about, oh, this would be cool in a shot or something like this. And there's times I waste money on stuff, just the thought that this might work in a shot or something, right? And so, it's like they even got, Creative Beast Studios is there, and it's like, man, it's like those are definitely not cheap. You know what I'm saying? And so I bought one last year just because I had a moment where I'm like, oh, give me the blue one on the shelf there. Well, how much is it? $100? I don't care. Give it to me. It's cool. I want to, I want to get it or whatever. And so luckily I got it on. I got it for a sale price, but anyway,
and you didn't have to have it shipped.
That's right too. That's like that thing
Free
was like
shipping.
around a big old ham. You know what I'm saying? It was big. But
what would be dangerous for me is if I'd see one of the Cobra Kaijus, the big metal snake monster things.
Oh yeah.
I can get you one of those now.
Really?
I know somebody's sitting on some.
Last year I got real tempted. There was a guy that had the old 70s Shogun Warrior jumbo machiners, like those big ones, but in the box, mint condition. I said, oh, those are so pretty. And then I saw the price tag. It's like, those are so pretty to look at on your shelf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
What was he asking for him?
It was in the hundreds.
Yeah.
The one I wanted, I think, was around $3. And they varied, depending on which character it was. But it was like, it's cool, but not $300. Cool.
I'll go back to remembering whenever I played with mine as a child. His memories are free.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's true, man. But man, that nostalgia can hit you sometimes.
Oh,
man.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know.
If I could find the one that I had as a kid, it would be hard to keep from buying it. The one I had a little box on his forearm and it shot ninja stars.
Nice.
If I remember right. Again, I was probably 3, and this thing was as tall as I was. And my mom would only let us get them out every now and then. We had them in the box and everything, and she sold them at a flea market. I cried. Then tried to.
Go ahead.
I was going to say I tried to throat punch my mom to get them back, and she all drive me on the cold hard pavement.
So for me, I'm gonna tell you guys a little story. It's a heartbreaking story, but I tell it pretty much whenever I go places and stuff. But it's like I had up until I guess I was probably 12 or 13, I still had like all my action figures and stuff, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Star Wars, and we had them pretty much at this point in time. I wasn't like playing with them. I sort of was switching over to comics, and we had them out back. We had a shed out back, and so we had a lot of stuff in there, which most people do, and so we were going to clean it out because we had a little bit of a leak, and so we were going to work on the roof, and so we got everything out of there, and we put it like on the like the back patio area, and a lot of the boxes were like wet and stuff, so we pretty much put a lot of figures like in black trash bags, and we were sitting them on the porch area, and so it started to rain, and so we brought them to the carport and set them in the carport. And unbeknownst to me, my grandfather came by like a day or so later, and he was, I guess, hauling junk away, and so he pretty much took all the action figures in those bags and hauled them off to the dump. And so I was pissed at my mom for like the longest time over that, because it was like, why did you have him come get trash for? And why didn't he look in there? You know what I'm saying? It's like probably a 60-something-year-old guy at the time just looked into a bag or something and just saw, plastic and metal and stuff, and just like, oh yeah, I guess this is trash, and took it to the dump. I'm like, I just hope at some point that somebody caught him, before the way that they dumped it, and at least kept them for themselves or something, because it's like, if all those made it to the dump and just went straight into the dump, that would like just be soul crushing. But
yeah,
but
you hope somebody got them.
Yeah, right. But for me, it's like sometimes I'll have like a hit of. You guys remember that Godzilla that came out when we were kids, that you could touch the back? They had a switch on the back of it. The tongue would come out a little bit, and then the arm would shoot off, out of his, or his hand would shoot off out of his arm. It's like that one for me. Occasionally, when I see that one, sometimes I'll like, man, that would be so cool to have, and then I'm like, no, where am I going to put that at, man?
That came out with the Shogun Warriors.
Yeah, it's like 2-3 foot tall, and it's like I barely have enough space as it is these days, and so
I wanted that so bad as a kid. I remember looking at the Shogun. I think it was on the Shogun Warrior box, and I was like, every time we get the boxes out and get the figures out, I just like stare at that picture. I was like, I want Godzilla, and
yeah, it was pretty cool. I remember having him outside a lot of times, and I'd always be hitting that button to shoot his hand off. So anyway,
we didn't have them. My cousins had them, and we would play with them every time we go over there. They had all the Shogun Warriors, the Godzilla, and it's just good memories. And we had a lot of fun playing with them.
My only regret is that I always wanted to like be able to like put a figure like in them as like a pilot. Like you never could. You had to just imagine that part. But
I just thought they were just giant robots.
Oh yeah, that too. And for Ronnie, Miss Trickshot, Ronnie loves you very much and adores you.
I'm getting requests for Bob to sing.
Yeah, we're not doing it. Believe me, I've done karaoke before, and then was told, "You're good. You don't have to sing ever again." So
Bob reads,
it's a coffee cup.
Bob reads bedtime stories on our show sometimes.
Nice.
Well, when we've got time.
Oh yeah, when we have time, sometimes.
Yeah, kind of like Marvel trading cards.
That's right. It's
and Ronnie, it's not coffee. It's Dr. Pepper. I'm out of coffee. Sad face.
Guess who's not out of coffee?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I had to have some for this stream this morning.
Oh yeah.
I just went to bed early last night.
Hey guys.
Morning, Gaz. All right, it is getting ready to be 7:45, and I'm going to bring on a special guest if everybody's ready for him.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the stage, Ken from Toy Connection.
What up, Ken?
What's up?
All this talk about coffee at 5:45 Pacific time is depressing. Or it's really encouraging. I haven't quite decided yet. So, but I slept in my favorite pajamas last night. Didn't get a chance to change before I came out to the show, so hopefully the dress code's okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
We don't
We're good to go.
We don't require a suit and tie.
No.
Yeah. I was asking my friend last night about cameras and everything like that, and he's like, I said, is it obvious I'm only at like 30 frames per second? Because I had this whole like technical talk about the channel, and he's like, well, on a really really big screen, it does help to go on like 50 frames per second, but then you can't. Then you still see the bags under my eyes and everything like that. So I'm just like, you know what? No. We're not going to upgrade the tech anytime soon. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. Forgot about that meme from last week.
That was funny meme.
That was.
It was It was absolutely amazing meme. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt if y'all are.
We need shirts of that.
Yeah.
Just that. But who gets the royalties on that on those shirts though?
Hey, Podcast from the Pit, we're royalty free.
Yep.
You're royalty free. No, I know, but is John a royalty free? Because I'm royalty free. So it's okay, Ronnie. Ronnie is always like, I love 90s Joes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I was prepping a, how I like to do those big super cuts of like history of something, right? So, Ronnie, if you unsub, you'll just have to miss the complete history of G.I. Joe in the 1990s. So, it's all good, man.
But he'll love that.
He'll love that.
He will love that.
He'll watch that on replay.
He'll watch that on replay. All right.
Repeat.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt a good conversation going on here. You're all getting to know Mr. Outer Multiverse here, and you've got Bob on. So,
Yeah.
Not looking to interrupt, but
no. We got the last 15 minutes was for you. This is
are we down to the last 15 minutes? Because
yes,
we don't.
We're actually down to the last 13 right now.
Last 13 minutes. I see. So what is it you want to see? My haul, or what do you want to see? Because I got some cool 90s Joes.
I always want to see any new pickups. I want to see whatever you brought to show.
Whatever else I brought. Okay.
Was there any good 90s figures?
Was there any good 90s figures?
So there's a couple.
Just a couple. There's the couple that I showed on here. Okay. All right then.
Ronnie says you better have a weed whacker in the video. He's a big Pathfinder fan.
I was gonna say I was trying to remember what year he came out. But yes, it was 1990, right on the dot. So yes. Okay. I would ordinarily cross promote here by saying that in 12 minutes time, there's going to be a video on Toy Connections where Steve comes in and drops the Delta 17 exclusives. However, if you want to see that a few minutes early, and you're already here watching on Podcast from the Pit, if it's okay with everyone in the audience, we could reveal them just a few minutes early if you're already here.
I mean, that's okay with me.
Do we want to take a vote, or
you want to take a vote in the audience? See if that's okay.
Anybody want to see those exclusives?
I don't know.
Put them in the chat if you want to see the Delta 17 exclusives for Joe Fest.
Well, we've got people talking. Okay, so you got a few people saying do it. We got some people just talking about other things. They're still catching up in the chat. All right. We're seeing some people. We're seeing some people saying they want to see it. All right. We're getting kind of unanimous votes here in the chat.
Sounds like a yes.
Sounds like a yes. All right. So, Casey, can you see the slideshow that I've shared over there?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So, yeah, they're not on screen yet. We've just got the reminder screen as to what we're going to debut at Joe Fest here in June. So, in less than 4 weeks' time, and the stuff has arrived. Like, people are wondering, hey, how soon is it going to get into town? We finally got them. We had a bit of an administrative error. Some of them showed up to Canada early. Like, we got our Canadian shipment a bit earlier for whatever reason, like by days, not weeks, right? And then that's how Steve and I were able to sit down and kind of like plan and share the video that's going to go up here in just a few minutes' time. But yes, JF26 and the special 2-pack are in town. Now, late 2026, but it may be early 2027 now, our official Wave 2 for Delta 17 will hit. The good news is that we got the test shots in, so the uncolored test shots, and apparently we have the colored EP samples ready. We're asking for those to be shipped in time for Joe Fest. Hopefully they arrive on time, right? I don't know if they've left China yet, factory, but if you all want to see what the Joe Fest exclusives look like, so we're going to start with JF26. So how many people got the Hailstorm last year here? You all got the Hailstorms last year. All right, good stuff, good stuff. How'd you like that figure?
Is nice.
Awesome.
Nice? Okay, cool.
Built like a tank. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Good to hear. So do you like shiny stuff in addition to Hailstorm? Aaron, shut up. Aaron, shut up. Aaron, shut up.
Like Micronauts, so yeah.
All right.
I
So
like
you
shiny
like
stuff.
you like shiny stuff. Okay. How shiny we talking? Is that shiny enough?
That is shiny
Oh,
enough.
Pretty cool.
That's
Oh,
pretty.
As soon as you showed me that, I was just like, oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Casey and Eric may have gotten just a small preview of this, of what was coming. So if they're unable to poker face their shock or lack thereof, that's kind of cheat sheeted them. So they
but
knew
we
what
do
was
keep secrets.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you do keep secrets. So that's fine. That's cool. So yeah.
Yeah. What's going on my Micronaut shell?
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
make it off
For
shelf?
sure.
I
Yeah.
love it.
It looked
I
great
love
with
it.
that.
Mhm.
Yes. So,
Hey Bob, you may need to bring something back from me for Joe Fest.
Got you covered.
oh, you're not coming this time?
No, not this year. No, I have too much going on this year, but maybe next year.
All right, no, that's fair. There's a few people there like Ronnie Trickshot who are kind of making it an every other year kind of thing. Got some friends there who were.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna try to go next year. It was really fun last year.
Was that your first one?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, we weren't sure how the VAC metal would turn out. So can you full screen me for a second, there, Casey?
Yeah.
All right. So we did try like, hey, if you like do the finger test, will it like scratch off? You know, it was totally okay. The paint doesn't flake off or anything when you try to you got red tabs back there. So the VAC metal held really well, and the paint on top of the VAC metal held really well. So there's your thing. And there are stickers for this. So for those who like the stickers from last year, I don't know why. I don't know if Steve requested this somehow, but the factory actually put them in extra bags. Right? So can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I
We're
thought
just
my
letting
audio
you talk.
I thought my audio cut out for a second. So yeah. So I don't know why these are in extra bags, but at least a little bit of extra protection. But yeah, you'll definitely love these. They turned out a little bit better than I expected, actually. We did have to muck around a little bit with the VAC metal because depending on the sort of like VAC metal you choose, they can look a little tinier, like a little bit cheaper, right? And then we had a couple rounds of VAC metal before Steve actually settled on a specific type of VAC metal. So yes. Oh, cool. Jeremiah's going to be there. All right. Let's flip back to the slideshow if you can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. A quick
So-
question. Are the arms still going to be as articulated as the previous version?
Yes.
VAC
For
metal?
whatever reason, mine was a little bit stiff coming out of package. Oh no, it's actually okay now. I guess you just had to fiddle with it a little bit. But yes, it is
Okay,
just
cool.
articulated. So yeah, so that's what it looks like from the various views there between the left and the right.
So
So-
shiny.
Yeah, we're people are going to wonder about the price on this one. So they are going to be $35, right? And sorry, isn't Shadow Dragon? Is he not already cool pimp daddy enough without all that extra stripes and everything?
Yep.
Yeah, sunglasses sold separately. And how did you know I was drunk already? I'm not drunk pre 6 a.m. Oh no, technically at Joe
That
Fest I
morning
am.
drinking if you started the night before.
Well, that's
Right.
the thing, right? Like I have had drinks at Joe
Not
Fest
really
at 2
early. It's
a.m.
late.
Yeah, that's true. It's the other way around. I have had drinks at Joe Fest at 2 a.m. before and been like, yeah, I'll sober up in the morning. It's like, oh wait, it's already morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sober-ish.
ish. Yeah. Sorry, where was I when I was talking about this? Whatever. It shines. You know,
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Is
Sky Patrol was kind of the inspiration for
is
Steve
purdy.
on this particular one. So
I
yeah,
I think these would be really cool with my 118 Doctor Who figures.
see, there
Mhm.
you go. We got
I was
Doctor
just thinking
Who,
about putting them with the Skeletron
Uh-huh.
skeleton one with that, and so yeah, that'd
Oh yeah.
be a
You see?
nice pairing.
So yep, I'll get to that.
Okay.
So because I got a lot to say about that as well. Are we
Okay.
actually good to go past the 9 a.m. Eastern hour?
Yeah,
by
a
the way?
little
Okay.
bit.
Okay, cool. So wrap it up by like 9, 10-ish. Is that
Sure.
good? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. So yeah. So we've got what, Micronauts, we've got Doctor Who, we've got Skeletron with the Gyro Wolf there. And if anybody wants to put them with their Delta 17s, just buy 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. The fact that y'all are saying like, hey, we have uses for this thing, that's good, because that tells us that people see and use their imagination. Like we were talking about O-rings and mixing the O-ring lines together and everything like that. So whatever you want to use this for, your toy, your way, right? YT, YW. That's what I always say to people. All right, then. So there's the sticker sheet, which you'll recognize from last year. So you can see everything's still removable. I haven't tried to remove the head. I know it's removable, but I haven't tried to remove the head yet because I was like, I'm not going to be the first guy to scratch the paint. So I'm sure there's ways to do it better, but I've never been much of a customizer. So yeah. And then there was a question there about the hailstorm. So that's what it looks like with the hailstorms in there next to it, right? So, if you haven't got all 3, that's what they'll look like together. Right. I know the shiny one in the middle is kind of stealing his show right now, but he's also new. So we'll see when the shine wears off figuratively. Literally, the shine will never wear off. Just figuratively. So we will have the hailstorms, the other 2 hailstorms available. And if you are at DFW Joe show right now, yes, Joe, I know it's in the suggestion box. We'll talk about this.
I agree with Joe.
Yeah. If you're at DFW Joe show, they're there right now. When we get to Joe Fest, we're going to have a special price for the older 2 hailstorms, right? So while the Vac Metal one is 35 and the other 2 are at 35, the other 2 will be down to 30 if you go to Joe Fest, right? I know we started them out at 40, 36 if you got the special 10% price. And we apologize if people felt that was a little bit on the high side. One of the things that we do mention in the video that nobody has to watch now because you got this video, is that when we first cut the tooling for the hailstorm, it was very expensive. And we weren't sure how many times we were going to use it. Now that we've actually used it a 3rd time, and who knows, maybe we'll use it a 4th time. It actually makes sense now that we're kind of making more use of the tooling. We were able to look at our budget and say, you know what, we're going to do a price drop on this one, 35, right? And it probably would have been 35 to 38 last year if the magic T word had not, hit us at the tariffs. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's as much of a taboo word in today's world. I mean, hey, the world is the world. Right, we were kind of in that 35 to 38 range, and then we kind of like bumped it to 40 because of that. Shipping was a bit higher, but then while Steve and I were talking, we're like, look, we're going to use this a 3rd time. Let's just do a permanent price drop. So that's where we're at. And let's see, what slide number am I on? Okay, are people in the chat aware that we actually have more than one exclusive this year?
To do social media, they should be.
Okay, good, because this Vac Metal Hailstorm, the Sky Storm, which is what we're calling it, and unit JF26 obviously stands for Joe Fest 26, is not the only exclusive that we have for the particular show. Do tell, right? Okay, so everyone was a big fan of, at least the ones who got them, were a fan of the Desert 2-pack last year, right? We have another Desert 2-pack coming out same time as the Sky Storm. So right over here is that 2-pack. Boom.
Oh, nice.
So nice try, Ronnie. Nice try. So
No, it's a play on how early he gets his figures.
there we go. So Thank you, sir. So last year we got sorry, what was it? Jono who guessed like Arctic? He was somebody guessed Arctic army builders last year, and they ended up being desert army builders. So I was
Yeah,
like,
I believe
well,
so.
yeah, I was like, well, you're actually kind of right. I can't remember whether it was him or whether it was somebody else that made that guess. So this is Shepherd and Jaguar Desert 2-pack. And one of the complaints we had last year was that there was no peg hole or hang hole for the for the Delta A versus Thunder Battalion. So we heard the complaint and said, okay, we are going to put a hang hole this time. We were able to kind of like refit the logo up there because last year the way the layout worked, we kind of had the logo a bit close to the top. That won't be the case this time. I don't know if Steve made the logo a little bit smaller or what he did. I guess I should put them side by side and actually take a look. So, you know, the whole thing about Desert Shepherd is it was actually his original color scheme. So, yeah, I'll get to that here momentarily, but that's what they look like out of the packaging. You can see that we do have that chocolate chip camo on some of the weapons and all over the legs for Shepherd. Jaguar, I think that the way the camo is on Jaguar really pops. I actually like this version of Jaguar better than the original for me personally. So yeah, everyone seems to be really excited for this. So good to hear. They come with all the same accessories as before, right? We did have a little bit of a problem trying to tab his SMG onto the backpack, but yeah, there you go.
Ronnie.
We did have a bit of for some samples of Jaguar, including the one I have. Steve has a bunch that did not have this problem, but the SMG had a bit of a problem tabbing onto the backpack. But I tried heating it up with a hair dryer, and it seemed to work just fine after that. So yeah, there you see the sort of like layout. I really like the way Steve chose the contrast on this, because the way he chose like the black on the chocolate chip or regular camo. Yeah, I know. See, Ronnie Trick Shots made a nice little meme in the chat here. Now, but anyway, the way that Steve chose the black secondary color on top of the desert camo and the pattern he chose for the desert camo, I think really makes the whole set pop.
It
Right?
sure does.
Yeah.
And I do think we may have did I put in comparison shots of okay, so before we get to the comparison shots, this is probably why Jono knew that at least had an inkling that we were going to go with Desert for Shepherd, because this was actually his original color scheme. We posted this sometime last year, right? So back in 2020, when Steve drew up Shepherd, that art was actually what it looked like. I kind of just dug through my files, like, oh, I still have this, so that's perfect. So you can see he did make some changes since then, as far as the contrast with the secondary color of black on there, and he went with more of the chocolate chip camo rather than the standard camo, right? And we did an arm swap out. We are using Rooster's arms to create a long sleeve look, right?
Yeah.
Rather than the short sleeve look of Shepherd's. So it's not exactly the same. In fact, when you really break it down, it's nowhere close to what the original Desert scheme actually looks like. Even the scarf around his neck there's an actual term for that, is a different color, right? So everything's really different about this, but the theme of desert remains. So
Still looks good. Looks amazing.
I like the color pattern he chose better than this. So, yeah. And for Jaguar, I was looking through my files and I was like, wait a minute, Steve, you actually did mock up a desert scheme for Jaguar. And he goes, oh yeah, that was never the primary color scheme. Because when we laid all our figures out kind of side by side for wave one, Jaguar was in his like gray colors, and Shepherd was in his desert tan and brown schemes. So that's why we know that was the primary color for Shepherd initially, whereas this desert scheme for Jaguar was just Steve kind of mucking around an alternate scheme back a number of years ago. So so we just figured we'd show this to say, hey, we did think about it back then, even though this was never Jaguar's primary color scheme. So yeah, and we did put comparison shots. Perfect. So that's what it looks like with the actual Wave 1 Shepherd that came out, right? And yeah, we were surprised how well the camo came out. Like you can see, if you eventually do get to the video that I aired on the channel, you can see that Steve was actually quite amazed with how they came out, because he had a certain level of expectation. and it's hard to exceed Steve's expectations, but it seems to have accomplished that at least. So yeah, that's how you compare it next to Shepherd. I'm not sure which one I like better, to be honest. Maybe I got a little bit of bias to the new one. But when I saw the eventual Wave 1 pattern for Shepherd on the right there, I told him I liked this better than the Desert. Having said that, I didn't expect Steve to revise the Desert. So, yeah. And so that's what
really
it looks
good.
like. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. So that's what it looks like with the Desert versus the original version of Jaguar. A lot of people said that Jaguar reminds them of Firefly. Well, that's good, I guess, but in the Desert scheme, he doesn't remind them of Firefly so much. So, yeah. And let's see what else.
Hey, Brian, how good would those look on your diorama?
I was going to say, I was just thinking, since I have my desert world, those would fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
And so would last year's 2-pack. So there you go.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about that Shepherd that just pops. Shepherd's my favorite figure from Wave 1.
Mine too. Yeah.
But this one, once I get him in hand, he may actually top that one.
They feel really good in hand because a lot of people don't know this, but after Wave 1, like between Wave 1 and the Red Okami, we did switch factories, but we switched within the same network of factories. Like Big Joe, Joseph Leung is still our project manager, right? But he has a network of factories he uses, and we did switch between them. So if you do notice a difference in the feel of your figures after the Wave 1, like starting from Red Okami onwards, that's why, right? It's a subtle difference, but not by much, right?
Yeah, so, Outback, you're going to love all the, I'm not a shill. I would say if I didn't like something. But Delta 17 just kills it.
Yeah. My favorite figure that's came out so far for Delta is the Rooster. So, yeah, Outback, you'll love him.
Yeah, he was our best figure. He was our best non-army builder seller for a while there, but I'm not sure because he and Death Sparrow are always kind of close when it comes to that. So, yeah. So that's what the back of the card art looks like. And is he over? Okay, there you go. There's kind of a comparison with last year's Desert 2-pack, right? So,
together.
One of the things that Steve mentioned was that he did like kit bash a previous Wave 1 Shepherd head onto this Shepherd, and then opened up several other Shepherds to kind of make this one like a ghost army builder for the regular Shepherd figure. And I was like, that's actually a pretty good idea because some people do look at Shepherd and his ghost mask as a potential army builder if need be. But so for those who are looking to get last year's Desert pack, we have a special deal on that coming up at Joe Fest as well.
Nice.
That will be on the very last slide here. So yeah, get your Shepherds, get your Jaguars with it, and then army build your Delta A's and Thunder Battalions after the fact. And you'll get yourself a nice little desert squad. So I know we're kind of running out of time here, but there's kind of the main spread of what it all looks like.
Nice.
Together. So screenshots, cameras, flash bulbs, everyone. All right. And as for I know we're running out of time. So the special Joe Fest price for last year's stuff, not to confuse everyone. Oh, yes. And I should probably state the price of the Desert 2-pack will be $45 again for this year. Right. And last year's Desert 2-pack will go down to $40 for the show because we're encouraging people to army build to augment your troops. And yes, if you buy 3 or more items, you still get 10% off on top of the sale price. So, bam, you could get Hailstorm for $27, long way from 40, right? So, thanks, Steve, for using the tooling a third time. We were able to kind of like divide that cost by 3. Which made a big difference on the cost, right? So yeah, that's the Joe Fest exclusive price. Oh yes, that's actually a great question, Osborne. Several days after the show is done, it should be in the first week of July, we will put them up on the website for people to order, right? I probably will arrive back from Joe Fest before Steve. Like I come back on the Monday, so I should be available on the Tuesday. If he can set it up so that from the road, while he's driving back, I should be able to start at least electronically fulfilling orders. So it just means that the note is sent to our fulfillment center saying, "Hey, go ahead and ship this." That's what I mean when I say fulfill order. If Steve can set it up so that while he's on the road, I can fulfill orders because I'll fly back right while he's still on the road. So to be able to get this, maybe we can get these out even in the first day of July, but no promises. It might be that weekend after, unfortunately or fortunately. You have a bit more time to save money. So they should be up by the end of the first week of July. And yeah, that's where we're at. Okay. He says to grab one for sure. Well, grab a few, you know.
Will you have a limit on how many people can get?
No, we haven't set limits yet. It's something we've briefly talked about, but we're like, you know, we're not dragging our entire stock to Joe Fest. So in theory, we haven't set limits yet. I did have, some of y'all remember, I did have last year somebody bought 50 Red Okamis off of me to end the show. He's like, I'll just take the steel case back there. Okay, cool. Right. We brought extras. So we're like, all right. So I don't know how much room we'll have for extras this time. No, we will definitely have room because Joe Racondo in the chat is bringing our stuff down in a rental trailer as opposed to just using Steve's van last year and the year before. So we should be good. Right. So,
and we should also say that don't forget Delta 17 is set up at DFW.
yes.
Yep.
So if anybody's going, please hit the booth up. Tell John we all said hi.
Yep. John Mejia, our official photographer for Delta 17, lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So he's got a table set up there. People asking, hey, why don't you have a bigger booth? We're like, well, we didn't send him enough tablecloths and banners, and he's by himself. So
right.
we're not going to overload here. So yeah, well, it looks like all the reactions in the chat are 100% unanimous. And before I forget, these aren't actually the only exclusives we're bringing to Joe Fest. We actually have a weapons pack that's arrived, right? Yeah, go ahead, Crash. I already sent you photos like a few days ago, so go ahead and put them in the war zone, right? So yeah, we have a weapons pack that we're going to sell for, I believe, $2, a desert weapons pack. All of those are in the States. So Steve and I have not laid our hands on them yet. The day we put our hands on them will be the day the public gets, or maybe we'll get them the day before because we'll be setting up, or maybe a few hours before while we're setting up. But there won't be much turnover time between when Steve and I finally grab the weapons pack versus when the main crowd gets them. Now he does have the prototype samples at home, so he does hold up a couple of them in the video that I put up. But he doesn't have the retail samples yet. So yeah, that's where we're at as far as this is concerned. I didn't take much time for questions. Do we have any questions from anyone on screen or in the chat?
Let's see. Larry wants to know if he can get a free trial pack.
If you ask for them way in advance, like Punk with Toys and Bees Battleground. Well, Bees didn't ask. People said you should probably send a set to Bees Battleground for a review. So his stuff's in the mail right now. Yeah, we got a few people who are going to be reviewing these. Pixel Dan has agreed to do a review for these, but he's in Europe for most of this month, so he's not sure exactly when he's going to get that out. And HCC 788 is making a comeback to do these reviews, as is so Bees Battleground's doing one, and Punk with Toys will be doing a review. Right, the video that I just put up doesn't really count as a review; it's more of an unveiling, kind of like this. Though this is the candid review, so you can always remember. In the year of 2026, hey Cobb. Podcast from the Pit got the reveal a few minutes before Toy Connections did in 2026. So remember that. Now this was more of a Money in the Bank cash-in kind of drop-in rather than advertising us on the WrestleMania poster. So we still got the WrestleMania poster over on the other channel, but we got the Money in the Bank Seth Rollins style cash-in from Mania 31 there. HGC he's making a semi comeback, like he's doing a few live streams with friends here and there, and he agreed to do a more pre-produced comeback for this particular reveal.
Now,
so
I will be doing reviews on these as soon as I get home from Joe Fest, just so you know. There's not widely as popular as the other guys, but they will be fun and honest. So check those out too, please.
Well, I appreciated your review of the Heart Foundation a little while ago there.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard of them.
You will
Max-
soon.
Max says that he's going to be doing them as well.
Yeah, I
So-
watched his. I think it was a Rooster review. He did a number of. Is it late last year or early this year? He did a Rooster
It
review.
was after
so-
Joe Fest, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was mid last year, I guess. So
Yeah.
mid late last year. So there you go. Lots planned for Delta 17. There's questions about the Hind. We're trying to get a prototype ready for Joe Fest. So, well, what we sent him fell apart in hand. So sorry about that. And that was funny. You're all supposed to kind of like at least pretend to laugh. 3, 2, 1. Can we get the laugh track? All right, very cool. Close enough. Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. All right. So
Well, we didn't think they'd fall apart. I mean, it's not like the Super 7 figure that fell apart out of the.
oh no, I was joking that we sent Sharky.
Yeah,
like,
oh, I know.
yeah, like stupid. Anyway, if you have to explain your joke, it's not that great. Why did the chicken cross the road? Yeah. Horse walks into a bar, something. Yeah, whatever.
And
All right.
Jazz is going to do one as well. Awesome.
Perfect. I appreciate everyone who opens these up and does reviews, and all that. So, in a perfect world, we'll have not only the JF26 and the Desert 2-pack for sale, but we'll have the EP samples for Wave 2, fingers crossed, right? And a prototype for the Hind. This is all very ambitious. We still have just enough time, right? Thank you, Crash. But we still have just enough time to get those. No promises on that, but we're going to have a pretty loaded booth this year. All things considered, that's at least the plan. So, yeah. So special pricing on last year's exclusives, 10% off on everything, new stuff, potentially prototypes. So,
yep.
Yeah. Stop by the booth. According to the current floor plan, we're still right at the front, pretty much where we were last year. We might be one booth over. I'm not sure. But either way, you'll see us as soon as you go in. The current plan is we're right next to Sergeant Slaughter.
Awesome.
Yeah. Always got to be close to Sarge. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago, we were back to back with him. And then last year, we were 2 booths down from him. And it was Zach Hoffman and his agent that were in the booth in between. So made it easy to get photos and autographs from Zach Hoffman to voice of Zartan there. So, yeah. All right, then. I appreciate that, Gaz. We tried to wake Steve up early enough to try to come on here. He's just like, no, you got this, Ken. I'm like, you just want to sleep in, don't you? So
we all just want to sleep in, son.
Well, I'm going back for a bit of a nap later. That's why I haven't got the coffee going yet. The coffee.
And I'm going to work. So, hey, I think you're winning today.
Yeah, I'm definitely winning if you're going to work. So, yeah. So thanks, everyone, for your support on all of these and the previous figures we've had to date.
And thank you, Ken, for coming
Thank
on and sharing this with us. It means a lot. Brian, thanks for coming on the pit. We'll have to do it
Thank you
again.
for having me.
We'll do it again for sure.
Yeah,
Bob, as always.
Always a
just
pleasure
such a great
to hang
guest.
out with you guys.
Oh yeah. And we'll hang out in about a month for sure.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
definitely.
Yep. All right. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys have a better day than me. Take care.
Y'all be safe.